Have you ever felt that, that relentless search for stable happiness and love? We often think security means absolute certainty, like if they text back instantly or work together constantly, then we'll finally feel safe. But what if true security doesn't come from controlling those external things at all? What if it's actually found somewhere much closer, much deeper within you? All right, let's really dig into this today. We're here to challenge some of those really deep seated beliefs we all have about what makes love feel secure and explore a pretty profound idea that real security in love is fundamentally an inner sense of stability. We've been looking at some incredible insights, especially from a source called Inner Stability, the heart of secure love. And honestly, it's got us rethinking, well, almost everything.
It really is powerful stuff, isn't it? What becomes so clear, you see, is that your true security isn't some external prize you win or some mythical state you achieve. It's actually built on recognizing your own inherent worth. Forget chasing that external validation. The real insight is that while you are absolutely worthy of love, your fundamental value, well, it isn't dependent on being loved by someone else.
That's a huge point about self-worth. Okay, so can you walk us through a real-world scenario? How does that inner stability actually change someone's reaction? Maybe something simple, like a partner not texting back right away.
Absolutely. Right. Imagine that exact situation. Your partner's just busy with work, can't reply immediately. Someone who's grounded in their self-worth might calmly think, oh, they're probably just tied up. No drama, no immediate spiral. But if someone lacks that inner sense of value, well, that same silence can instantly trigger anxiety. They might jump to, am I not good enough? Do they not love me anymore? It's the exact same external event, but the internal filter creates these vastly different realities. So how do you even start to build that? The material we looked at suggests actively practicing self-worth. A simple but really effective exercise is to actually list qualities you genuinely admire about yourself. And this is beyond just romantic relationships. Think about your sense of humor, maybe your work ethic, your sincerity with friends. These are all core parts of your value. Then, when those moments of insecurity creep in, as they do for everyone, you can actually review this list. It's a tangible reminder that your inherent worth hasn't changed, regardless of what's happening externally.
Okay, so if security starts within, does that mean our partner's actions don't really matter then? Or is there more of a dance between our inner state and how we connect?
Oh, there's absolutely a dance,
Yeah.
a crucial interplay. When we think about how our inner security interacts with our relationships, um, attachment theory gives us a really powerful framework. It basically tells us that we feel secure when our partners can reliably respond to our needs, meaning they're consistently there for us, they understand, they validate our feelings, and it's not about being, attached at the hip or needing constant reassurance. It's about building this deep trust that their words and actions generally align. It makes us feel genuinely seen, genuinely supported, especially when we're feeling vulnerable.
Yeah, and the source had this really clear, simple example of how that consistency builds trust. It wasn't about grand gestures, right? It was something like if a partner says, hey, I'll call you when I'm done with work, and then they actually do, they follow through. That simple act, just repeated over time, that builds the quiet confidence.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Exactly. And this consistency is vital. But, and this is important, it's crucial to differentiate it from control. True predictability in a relationship isn't about demanding constant updates or, micromanaging your partner. In fact, demanding things like constant location updates, that can actually destroy trust. It backfires. That kind of behavior can quickly make a relationship feel suffocating, which is, of course, the opposite of fostering security. It's about being dependable, not demanding.
That's so true. And life really is just inherently full of the unknown. We can't predict everything. So how do secure individuals handle that natural uncertainty?
Yeah, that's where the real resilience comes in, you see. People with high inner security are often much better at sort of handling uncertainty. They can accept missing information without immediately jumping to the worst-case scenario in their heads. Let's go back to that text message example again. When a partner doesn't reply right away, someone secure doesn't instantly leap to, oh no, they don't love me anymore. Instead, their first thought is typically something much more mundane, like, oh, they're probably just busy. They've learned, consciously or not, to differentiate between the objective facts the text hasn't been answered yet and their own imagination running wild. And that's crucial for managing anxiety.
That is such a powerful distinction, separating fact from the fiction we create in our heads. So, okay, for you listening, here's a simple exercise the material suggests. When you feel anxious about a partner's behavior, try this. Actually write down both the most likely explanation and the worst case scenario. Then just compare them. How reasonable is each thought really? You'll likely find, as the source points out, that our catastrophic thoughts often feel like reality, but aren't necessarily the most probable thing. Identifying that can be a huge step.
Absolutely. And finally, maybe let's bring in a really profound insight from psychologist Esther Perel. It sums up this tension in healthy relationships so well. She says, love needs two contradictory things to coexist: the desire for belonging and the pursuit of freedom.
Ah, that's the delicate balancing act, isn't it? That constant negotiation. On one hand, we absolutely crave that emotional intimacy, that vulnerability, the willingness to really merge with someone. That's our desire to belong. But at the same time, we have to maintain our independence in life, right? Our own friends, our passions, our careers, our sense of self.
It's fascinating because when we make our partner our sole source of happiness, well, the relationship often becomes imbalanced. It tips into an unhealthy dependency. True, healthy attachment, as we've kind of explored here, happens when two people can remain distinct, whole individuals. While still actively choosing to be closely intertwined, it's about coming together from a place of abundance, not neediness.
Right. And when those moments of insecurity do inevitably pop up, because they will for everyone, the material offers two really crucial questions for you to ask yourself. First, is my insecurity coming from what's happening right now in the situation, or is it maybe echoing past experiences or trauma? And second, okay, if the worst case scenario did happen, am I truly capable of handling it?
And chances are you'll often find that you're far stronger, far more resilient than you give yourself credit for. Realizing that innate strength, that's a massive cornerstone of true inner stability.
So wow, we've really journeyed through quite a bit today. From how security in love starts with that internal wellspring of self-worth, then flows into this dynamic dance of external responsiveness and predictability. And finally, embracing the acceptance of life's inherent uncertainties. It truly is a multi-layered path, isn't it?
It really is. Maybe a powerful metaphor to leave you with, something from our deep dive, is that true security is kind of like breathing. It exists most naturally when you're not deliberately focused on it, right? It's not about finding some perfectly calm ocean with no waves. It's about learning how to stay afloat, how to navigate amidst the fluctuations, learning to ride those waves.
Learning to ride the waves. I like that. So what does this all mean for you listening right now, for your own relationships? We really encourage you to reflect on these insights, consider your own experiences, and maybe explore how cultivating your own inner stability, how that can truly become your anchor in love, allowing you to navigate those inevitable waves with hopefully greater confidence and ease.